friends, welcome back to the channel. I am Cher. So I just did an empties video and now I'm on a roll. So we're going to go ahead and do our declutter video as well. So if you've been around here, you'll know that I've been on a kick where I'm trying to declutter like one category of beauty per month. So each month I choose like either a makeup or a skincare or hair or whatever category. And I go through all my products. We go through them and show you the collection, and we decide what is no longer serving me, what I'm not really using, and what I want to get rid of. It's been really good. I've kind of started it this year, and it's helping me stay organized, and it's helping me make a little bit of sense in the chaos. We all tend to like hoard so much. I hoard like crazy, or I have always hoarded, and I need to quit. And you know, if there are things that I can pass on to somebody else who loves it, and I'm not using it, it's just collecting dust, then that brings me joy. I think today we're going to be doing like kind of like what I call cheek products, but it's not necessarily all cheeks, but I'm thinking the like color face products. So blush, contour and bronze, and highlight is what I'm thinking. And so this will include palettes. This will include, you know, whatever form they're in. And I am going to warn you, it's going to be very hard for me to get rid of anything in this category. I saved it for second to last of my makeup category. Eyeshadows are going to be the hardest for me. But this is the second hardest for me. I love my like sparkly things and colorful things, you know, so this is like one of my favorites. So you might see like one thing that I declutter. I'm also going to warn you that this is not really any of the good stuff, because whenever I find products I really, really love, I tend to throw them in my freelance makeup kit. I am a freelance makeup artist, and so I have a whole kit that actually has the really good stuff in it. So I have all my rare beauties in there, and my, you know, all the like liquid and the really pretty pinks, and all the really good highlight, my Ofras, you know, all that stuff. It's all over the makeup kit in the pro side. I'm just going to be showing you my personal makeup. So I'm going to be decluttering just my personal collection. So not as fun and exciting, but still maybe some fun things in here. So if that interests you, make sure to stick around and pop that subscribe button, because I love to do all things beauty on my channel as well as travel, and you won't want to miss it. So let's get started before this turns into a long video. So the first thing we're going to start with, I'm going to first start with like kind of like almost palettes or things that have multiple items in them, because you tend to see a lot of times people will have palettes that have like the blush and bronzer and a highlighter or something. So I can't really put it into one category of just highlights or just blush or whatever. So we'll go through those first that kind of have multiple things, and then we can go through the single items after that. So I'm going to go through my little drawer here first, and then we'll cover older stuff next. The first thing I have is this Naked Urban Decay Flushed palette, and it's got a blush, a highlight, and a bronze. I will be keeping it. I don't care for the highlight in it. It's too sheer and way too subtle for me. I am a big highlight person, so this doesn't work for me very well, but I love this shade of blush, and I can always use the bronze, and the bronze is kind of a light color, so it's not too much for my face. Definitely keeping it. This is very dirty, but this is my Ofra palette as well. Definitely hanging on to this. This will not be decluttered. I use this almost every day. It is my favorite. This is the Midi palette, and it's the Face It medium shade. It has some contour and a bronzer and a highlight, and this highlight is like, woo, popping. It's kind of a gold shade to it, but there's nothing like Ofra. Ofra is my absolute favorite #1 highlight ever, and other things too. I love Ofra. So yeah, we will be keeping that. I will also be keeping the Trace Loose Beauty highlight. All of these on, oh no, the Urban Decay is mine. Actually my sister gave it to me. And then those, the Ofra, I think we actually got in a BoxyCharm one time, and I was so excited. I think one of the beauty subscription boxes that was gifted to me, this was definitely in a boxy also. And this is a highlight and a cream. Wait, was it all highlight? Okay, Duo highlighter. They're both highlighters, but one's like a cream highlighter and the other's a powder. I tend to like the powder better in this one, but it's been pretty good too. That was my first Trace Loose Beauty, however you pronounce it. Next I have, this is an old Saint palette. It used to be called Mascara Beauty. It's an MLM, but love these. I don't know if you guys have seen them around. They have mostly like those cream formulas, very good for like base, is especially their branding. And this was like a little palette I got, and for a while I was using some of the highlights out of it because I love their highlight. But this is actually their, I was using it for concealer and bronzer. So it's more of a customized palette kind of thing. I love their highlights. I love their lips. I'm not as crazy about the formulas for their like base, you know, using it for foundation and for contour and concealer and all. I don't want to say it's patchy. It's a little patchy. It's hard to like blend and get it to cover. And I go through so much to cover. So it's kind of just backup. To be honest with you, I never use it. I will probably, you know what? I'm thinking to declutter the pans and keep the little palette because the palette's so cute. So that's going to be a declutter. Yep. We got our first declutter. I'm proud of myself. Some of these are, okay. Yeah. This is from Quo Shine Bright. I got it from my friend Amanda in a giveaway that I won with her. The Shine Bright Face Palette. I have not used it much. It's mostly highlight, I think. And since I haven't gotten the chance to play with it a lot, I'm probably going to keep it. It's probably not my favorite of all behind some of these other good ones like Ofra, but I haven't used enough and it's like, it's pretty. So I'm not gonna toss it. I'm going to hang on to it for now. Okay, those were palettes. This is, even though it's not a palette, it's still all a one compact. I also won this from her in the giveaway. This is from Allie Oops. And I love this thing so much. It is the cutest little thing for travel. Isn't that adorable? I think I've featured it in one of my, like a summer video, and it's like a bronze and a highlight and a blush, and they're very glowy, very summery. And so I was using that like all summer and I love it. So I'm definitely keeping it. Also won this from the giveaway from Amanda as well. It's the e.l.f. blush, and this was the shade Watermelon, and I liked the color. It's very subtle, so I'll keep it. And then, okay, I've got this NYX Cream Highlight and Contour Palette. I never use it. Actually, that contour is obviously quite dark for me. I am probably never going to use that. I actually might declutter this. I've never used this, so and I might try the highlight out of it if I'm desperate, but honestly, I think it's a little dried up. It's pretty old. I don't even like the highlight. That's not highlight. That's, yeah, we're going to declutter that. So I got 2 declutters so far. I'm proud of myself. I might have another declutter here. This is Profusion, a blush palette. It's the blush one. I love Profusion for a drugstore. They have so many, like, they have really good like eyeshadows that you get a whole bunch of colors for like nothing. It does have a lot of fallout, but I love to use it a lot for like my really creative looks and stuff for collabs. It's just, for the price, you can't beat it. But as far as the blush formula goes, it is a big old no-go. Way too... I have never applied this blush and felt like it worked for me. Like, it just goes on like a clown. I can't. So we're actually going to declutter that. I'm proud of myself. However, I will not be decluttering this. This is from Pixie, and this is the Sheer Sunshine Summer Glow palette, and it has a bunch of different highlight and pinks in it. I've actually used it for eyeshadow too. It works great for like all in one. You got some bronzers and some highlights. It's supposed to be like different colors of highlight, but it works great for eyeshadow. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it. It's very dirty too, so sorry that everything that I have is dirty. Okay, and then we just got this Bienvenidos on Miami highlight or face palette. It has contours and highlights and blushes. I just did a try on video for Ipsy of this. If you haven't seen that one, go check it out. Love this one too. It's fabulous. I love Ofra, so I was so excited for this. Got a couple of palettes that they have eyeshadow in them, but they also have blush or bronzer or highlight or something too. So I'm going to include them just to cover the like face part of it. So this is that Laura Geller we just got in Boxy Soft Satin 6 matte eyeshadows plus 2 highlighters. So these 2 highlighters, and they are fabulous. I love them. And I've been using them a lot on the eyes as part of the eyeshadow look, but then I'll use it as the highlight too. So I will be keeping. Also, I've shared this before too. This is Arbonne and MLM, and I did sell it, but not anymore. And now they're not really going to be continuing with their makeup. This is their Marble palette, and it included eyeshadows, but it also has a blush and a bronzer. I'll keep that too because I do like the shades in it. It makes very browns for the eyeshadow at least. And then, these are getting like weird. Okay, these are so dirty because they've been in down in my bag. I should have cleaned everything off before making a video, but I'm pressed for time. So, all right, these are those beauty batons I've told you guys about from Ready Set Jet. Love them. And you just pop in one end and like interchange the little wands in there, so they make it really good for travel. But on one side they'll have like a contour stick, and on another they have lip cheeks. So I have a couple of these, and this is a lip cheek side, but you can either do lips or cheek with it, so I count it as cheeks. This is Sunset Lover. And then there's a highlight on this end. It's a pretty like bright highlight. Then there's a contour side, and then there's another cheek. What was the cheek color? Let's see if we can show a lip as well. Very bright pink. We got like the pinks, but it still works sometimes. Pink Paradise. So I love these because they're wonderful for travel. So I will be hanging on to them. I don't really use them much when I'm just around, but whenever I go to travel, sometimes I'll grab them. My camera got knocked over. All right, then we got these toppers from Suva Beauty in that Chic Beauty box I did recently, and I loved them. Now, they're pressed pigments, so really you can kind of they're really like toppers for the eyes, but I use these in multiple ways. I'll use them both on the eyes and for highlight, and so I'm kind of including it in the highlight category, even though I would use them for eyeshadow. Loved these. Go check out that recent video I did trying them on out of the Chic Beauty box. Absolutely in love with them. Stunning. Definitely keeping. And then similarly for palettes still, this was the Anastasia Beverly Hills Primrose palette, including it just because it includes a blush and a bronze in it. And I love this palette as well. One of my favorites. So definitely not decluttering. We got this Milk and Honey from Beauty Bakery highlight palette in the Allure Beauty box. Absolutely love this. These shades are so stunning. Love them. I need to reach for this more often. I forget about it because it's bigger. I forget about it. You know, it's not in my like highlight drawer. So I need to play with it more. So definitely going to be keeping. This is an old Naked Urban Decay on the Run. I've included this also in a video. It has eyeshadows, but it also has the base, highlight, blush, and bronze. I'm still keeping it even though it's really old because I do love the color. I'm keeping it mostly for this pink color because the eyeshadows are great, but I have a million like neutrals and browns that I don't really need it necessarily, and it's kind of bulky, but I do love this pink blush, so I'm gonna keep it just for the pink blush, honestly. I am going to declutter this though. I got this to test it out for my freelance makeup kit for women of color. It's just like a contour and highlight kit kind of thing. And at the time, I didn't have a lot of deep toned contour. I wanted to make sure I had enough that was like darker. And so I tested it out on a couple of friends that were women of color just to see how it would work before I start putting it on clients. And it was horrible. It was just a horrible formula. So patchy. I couldn't get it to blend on them, and it ended up almost coming out like black, not like dark. It looks dark brown in here, but it came out like black, and it's a no-go. And Obviously, I'm never going to use it on me, and I'm never going to put this on a client because it's just terrible, terrible. So I'm definitely decluttering that. Okay, so I think those were all of the palette type products. Hold on. Okay, I will mention this is airbrush contour and bronze and blush and highlight, all the different shades for that. So this is all from Luminous. I got it gifted from them, and I have a couple of videos out there from them, very popular videos. And so I'm going to mention all those as one thing together because it's the airbrush set. It came like as a set for it, and I rarely use it just because I like forget about it, and I have my airbrush gun in my pro kit, so I don't usually use it for personal use, but I'm keeping it around just to play with still. So I'll still keep these colors. All right, so I have this from Too Faced, and it's more of a Christmas edition. They're winter. A highlight and a contour. It's from Too Faced. Little palette. It was like their like a winter release. And so I think I'm going to keep it because I love it. And I still love Too Faced formula. I just do. So y'all it is what it is. Okay, now we can move on to like the singles, and we'll start with contour. Okay, so single bronzers. So I'm actually going to include bronzers and contours together just because sometimes I use them interchangeably. Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer. This is in caramel. It's their cream bronzer. I really love it. I haven't decided if the shade is quite right for me or not, but I do love it. Then I also have Physicians Formula butter bronzer. Can't beat their butter bronzers. This is the Sunset bronzer. Love them for like drugstore. It's amazing. Oh, and then I depotted the Benefit Hoola bronzer. It's so tiny. I'm really excited to get this in the Ipsy Glam bag, but you know, everybody raves about it, but I was just like, okay, it's just bronzer. Like, it wasn't that impressive to me. It was like, it's okay. I depotted it because I was going to try to put it in my magnetic pan since it's so tiny, but it didn't end up working that great, so I'm not really sure what to do with it. I will probably keep it and put it in a pan somewhere, but I just haven't decided where, so, but I figured I'd mention it. Now, let's see what we got in my old drawer here. This is like old makeup that I probably just need to get rid of, so I'm going to check what all's in here. So I have several different shades from Fresh. We have Ganache, Hot Chocolate, and Cafe. I think they're actually maybe foundation sticks, but I tend to use them as bronzers, and I keep them around in case I want them for my pro kit. Some of them are going to be too dark for me, but this one would probably work. So I'm still going to keep them in case I want them later. So they're like a cream bronzer, and I like the brand pretty good, so I think I'm still going to hang on to them. I'm probably going to toss this. This is an old like dollar store bronzer, LA Colors bronzer. It's a little too shimmery and like sheer and just not my kind of finish. So I am going to declutter that. I knew there'd be at least something in the declutter drawer. Okay, also, this is from Physicians Formula. It's Sculpting Bronzer. It's so old. It wasn't bad at the time, but it's just so old. Look, it's even like watery. I don't know what's going on with it. It just looks rough. So I'm going to toss it too, because I'm just worried about how old it is, honestly, is why I'm getting rid of it. Okay, I think that's all of our bronzers and contours. Let's move on to blush. So I don't have a lot of blush because most of my blush is in the palettes and stuff. This is an old Mary Kay blush though. Y'all know I loved my Mary Kay back in the day. And this is so old you can't get it anymore. This was the shade Tearberry. And I actually, even though it's old, I'm still going to keep it because I love this shade. It works and I still use it every now and then. But it's just old AF. Okay, I got this from, this is Kim Hughes. You can get these on Amazon. This was gifted to me by them. And I'll probably hang on to it because I really love cream bronzers. And it's kind of like, sometimes it's like a dupe for the Rare Beauty, and so like I said, all my Rare Beauties are in my pro makeup kit, so I just go with the dupes for me at home. I get the dupe stuff instead. And this is a pretty good one. This was the shade Happiness. I liked them pretty good. Yeah, so that was nice. And then This is that Siete London velvet skin that we got in Boxy or something, and it was, you can only find it through Ipsy though, so you can't buy it again and repurchase it, but I'm gonna hang on to it because I liked the shade for every now and then. I think that's all my blush that's like, you know, not in a palette. All my cream bronzers are in my kit, and my good blush palettes are in my kit, and my powder palettes too, my powder blushes too. All right, so let's move on to highlighters. I do have some extra highlighters here that are mine that I love. One is this Natasha Denona, the Pastel Plexi Glow highlighter. I honestly have not used it that much because with the Shifty, you know, it's cool for like the creative looks and all, but for me in my everyday, I don't really go for the Shifty and the multi-chrome kind of idea that much. So, but it's Natasha Denona, so I'm definitely hanging on to it. I do like this Bo Babe Beauty. We got maybe in a boxy. I like the shade of it. It was pretty too, so I use it occasionally, and I like that. I'm going to keep it. This is Wet n Wild loose highlighting powder. I'll probably still keep it. And then Mega Cushion highlight. Got a few of these. The oh, I forgot to mention Mega Cushion Contour. I have not even touched it, I don't think. Does it even have a bottom? There's not even like a bottom in it, is there? I forgot it's this like spongy thing. I don't know. I think I will toss that. I'm never going to use that for contour. So we're decluttering that. I really like, I like these loose highlight ideas, so I think I'm going to hang on to them. And then this is another one from Fox, Hard Candy. It's Fox in a Box. Another really cool like highlight idea with this little brush to put it on with. So I will probably still keep that. I have this Styla still like liquid highlight. It's really a topper for the eyes, but I absolutely love it. It's Kitten. It's like because I was running low on it, I just saved it for me for my personal use, but it's almost out. So I will probably just still use it until it's like completely gone, and then we'll go from there. Okay, and then we got this from Cover FX in the Chic Beauty box also. Definitely keeping it, but I think I'm going to put it in my Pro Kit, but I love this. I mentioned it because I could use it kind of almost like a highlight if I really wanted to. I could just kind of like tap it on and then like really blend it out, but definitely more of a topper for the eyes, but I still include that in the highlights. Love it so much, but I think, like I said, I'm going to put it in my kit. Okay, that's everything, guys. I think we went through it all. I did get rid of a few things. I'm proud of myself. I did actually get through a few things to declutter. So that it's baby steps. Very exciting that I actually, yeah, good job, Cher. Very proud of myself. So yes, that was kind of my collection of the cheek products. Soon will be, so I think the next one's is going to be eyeshadow from makeup. It's going to be so hard, y'all, to get rid of any palettes and eyeshadow. Ugh. And then I think the other one we might do is maybe hair. Haven't done hair yet. So, and then after that, we're going to start back over on skincare again because I've already got skincare piling up again. It's the skincare that really gets you. So that's everything. I hope you guys enjoyed that. You have any of this and like it too, let me know. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye.